All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for everybody. Many thanks, I'm sure, that will happen this evening for organizing this and putting it together. Glad you're here and full of pancakes and slightly sleepy. And we're going to kick off a few fiddle tunes for y'all. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Good old train song, the Orange Blossom Special, written in about 1938, I believe, about a train from Florida.
I did not look up the year on that.
All right, little ones, if you feel like getting up and dancing in this sanctuary, it's okay.
give him light and many mile to go that night before he reached the town. No, town, no, town, no. In many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. No. He ran till he came to the farmer's pen. Ducks and the geese were kept therein. He said, a couple of you are gonna grease my chin before I leave this town. No, town, no, town, no. A couple of you are gonna grease my chin before I leave this town. No. He grabbed the great goose by the neck, threw a duck across his back. Now he didn't mind the quack, 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 and the legs all dangling down, no, down, no, down, no. He didn't mind the quack, quack, and the legs all dangling down, no. Oh, the old gray woman, she jumped out of bed. Out of the window she popped her head, crying, John, John, the great goose is gone. The fox is on the town, no, town, no, town, no. John, John, the great goose is gone. The fox is on the town, no. He ran till he came to his nice warm den. There were the little ones, 8, 9, 10, crying, Daddy, Daddy, better go back again. It must be a mighty fine town, no, town, no, town, no. Daddy, Daddy, go back again, for it must be a mighty fine town, no. Oh, the fox and his wife, without any strife, they cut up the goose with a fork and a knife. Now they never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones, oh, bones, oh, bones, oh. They never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones.
You know, we're here on the actual Shrove Tuesday. Last year on Shrove Tuesday, we were all shivering at our own homes, you know, freezing. Some of you had power, some of you didn't. A couple years before that, we had one where there was this raging stomach bug going around, and the audience was about half this size. So it's good to see so many people here on actual Shrove Tuesday. So hopefully you're full of delicious pancakes. Special thanks to Ronnie Medlin and the whole crew. We have a few more musical acts tonight from some of our junior high and high school girls. Some original songs, some classic American songs. As you saw earlier, we finally got Matt Wilkins off the couch. He's going to contribute tonight. If there's somebody else, I called him out last year, and he produced. So if I need to call somebody else out, you know, I'll give that some thought. Anyway, next up is Layla Booth and Camille Spires singing an American classic.
In a cavern, in the canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter, Clementine. Light she was, like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes without topses, sandals were for Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Drove she ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. Hit her foot against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. Alas for me, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Then the miner, 49er, soon began to peak and pine. Thought he ought to join his daughter, now he's with his Clementine. In a churchyard near the canyon, where the myrtle doth entwine, there grow roses in their poses, fertilized by Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine.
Midnight sky holds the shooting stars, all waves depend on the moon. The little bird finds a restful perch in the tree down by the mill. And I saw the birds in the trees, wishing there was someone meant for me, and I kinda wanted to be you. And now you got me falling, falling in love. I want you to love me, love me. Do you? There are coffee dates and now dinner plates and countless afternoons. And my favorite dress is hoping to impress every time I get ready for you. And we talked for hours and hours on end, and I turned around and your knee was bent, and I made a vow to you I will be true. Still you got me falling, falling in love. You want me to shooting star. You are my moon, and I'll sing your praise. As constant as the rushing waves, I'll stand by you. Falling, falling in love, I will always love you, love you. I do, 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 do. I do, 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 do.
Hi. Thank you. Hot crowd, hot crowd. All right, so last year everyone knows that Booth got up here and called me out and said, I challenge Matt Wilkins to come up here next year and do a presentation. And so all year long, I got to hear from people who said, can't wait till next Shrove Tuesday. May. Ready for Shrove Tuesday. September. You know what I'm excited for? I don't know, Christmas? No, Shrove Tuesday. Should be Christmas. You're going to be a lot happier. So, finally, I prepared. I didn't even draw that. That was Google. I just Googled something. And I finally prepared my presentation. I thought I had a whole year to think about it. Whole year. Couldn't think of a single thing. Just nothing but failed ideas, one after the next. So I decided today to tell you what those failed ideas were. You haven't even seen them yet. How do you know? All right, so first failed idea, first thing I thought of, I said, well, here we go. We'll talk about the 7 things you can't say in church. But then I realized that 6 of them were bad words. And the 7th one is telling Jared Ritchie that you don't know what a half C note is. It's true. Remember when he'd do it? He still does it for Sunday school. Now, I don't know music terminology, but remember how he taught to you? He'd be like you knew music theory too? He'd be like, okay, so if you look at this calligraphy, you look at the end here, you want to go, but you don't. If you notice, the squiggly whoosh here says, So did you know? And I know what you're thinking. And I'm sitting there in the crowd going, no, Jared, you do not know what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, I don't know what you're talking about. Just hum the tune and I'll get it, man. It's like those smart people, you know, who just come up to, they assume that you're smart. I mean, it's a great compliment, but they think just everyone knows what they want. Like Davin Spires comes up to you. So, mending bones, pretty easy stuff, know what I mean? No, I don't. You've never had that conversation with me, I'm just saying, but that's kind of how Jared is with his music theory. No, I don't know music theory. So, but you don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. You lecture on it. The next thing I thought when I said, you know what would be fun? Making fun of the kids. Oh, that was my thought. I said, you have a bunch of kids, a bunch of kid acts. I can get up here and just make fun of them. Or as my brother Jeremy laughs. Nailed it, right, kids? But anyway, I was like, well, you know what, that's mean, first off. And then secondly, I don't want angry parents coming after me. But there's one angry parent here in this congregation that I do truly fear. And that is Will Merritt. check it out. You Google his name. I'm not kidding. I don't have Facebook. I can't find him on Facebook. I don't have Facebook. I just Googled his name, and that picture came up. Look at it. He's like smiling, but at the same time, he's going, I'm going to break your fingers off. And feed them to my dog. I look at that and I'm like, how can you make this picture not scary? I tried. It doesn't work. Still scary. By the way, Connie, if you have access to his Facebook, I can get you this if you want to change his profile pic. Okay? Anyway, so I thought, okay, we're not going to make fun of kids, not going to have angry parents come after me, not going to do that. Maybe I can do impersonations. That's what I thought. So the first person I thought I would impersonate for you today is Deacon James. Google it. This comes up. This is the picture that goes, all right, did you take the picture? Did you take the picture? Are you good? We're good. You good? Okay. All right. So, here's my impersonation of Deacon James. Shh. I be Deacon James, Avasti. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Deacon James if he were a pirate. I was totally off on that one. By the way, I fixed the picture for you, Deacon. I drew that. Yeah, I had to Google that one. But next time you Google his name, let's make this one the one that comes up. All right? So I gave up on impersonations. I did. And I said, well, there is someone who is a true inspiration to me. He's a great guy. A lot of you people know him. It is our old assistant pastor, Dwayne Garner. Hey, yeah, I wanted to show the picture of him doing the splits, but you all already have that saved on your phone. Some of you as the background of your laptop. So I thought I'd just get a regular picture. Well, when he came into town, we went out to dinner, had a great time, and I said, Dwayne, you know what I like about you? I like when he'll start off, every sermon is the same, right? He starts off with this story that's just from left field. Like, where are we going with this? And then suddenly just ties it into the sermon's topic of that day. So, for instance, this is Dwayne. As a child, my favorite toy came with karate chop action. You would lift his hand at a 90-degree angle, press between his shoulders, and it would chop down like this. I thought, gee, that's neat, but not very effective. If you were to attack someone with karate chop action, you'd lift your hand up, wait for them to come, and it doesn't make very good sense on a method of attack. And that's exactly what the Israelites thought about Joshua during the Battle of Jericho, Joshua 6, verse 1. How did you do that? How did you do that? I didn't even see that coming. I was just thinking about karate chop action. I'm like, yeah, I had an action toy like that too. So I can't do Dwayne. Dwayne does Dwayne. Dwayne does Dwayne great. Well, then I said, oh, you know what? Imitation, best form of flattery. Booth, he's probably got it going on tonight. Going to show some pictures. Going to tell you about who they look like or what they were thinking. And I was like, that's what I could do. I could do pictures. Let's try pictures. So I have some pictures that were taken before social media was a thing, I think, or that big. So I don't think Megan posted any of these. This was from, 10 years ago, whenever it was, when my sister went to work for Disney World for about 10 months, I believe. Mom and Dad called it the year of peace and tranquility. And so I really wish she was here. I thought she was going to be here tonight so I could pick on her. It's more fun when your little sibling's here to pick on. But yeah, and when she was there, you could go to Disney World
free tickets, and half off your hotel room. Any of the family members could do that. Well, who wouldn't want to do that? Answer, everyone but me and Megan. The year of peace and tranquility. I don't want to mess that up. So this is a few pictures of when we all went to Disney World, and I want to show you especially my faces on these rides. Now, there is a ride called the Rock and Roller Coaster. It goes from 0 to 60 in a second, just like that. And you go screaming into a dark tunnel. Now, at that exact moment, that's where they take the picture, right? To get your face. All right, so here we are. That's Megan in yellow, Charity in brown, some girl who went to Disney World by herself and was riding single rider in light blue. Loser. And then there's me up in the front. Hold on, I'm going to zoom in on me. Look at this face. That looks like Bugs Bunny when Elmer Fudd's coming at him with a double-barrel shotgun. I'm just thinking, no, what's going on? Look out. You know. It looks like I'm just going to find him a second set of twins. That's the same thing. Twins again. You know. Now, see, you laugh, but this was a very terrifying moment for me. I was scared to death. I tried to make this picture less scary. Didn't work. I guess sparkles and rainbows just don't make things less scary. Thought they would. Another ride we rode, Megan and I rode, was at Universal Studios. It was the Jurassic Park ride. And as we're riding it, you're in a boat. At the very end, two things happen simultaneously. One is there is a fake-looking mechanical T-Rex that comes out and screams at you. The second thing is the more realistic 40-foot drop. You just go sailing over that waterfall. And, of course, that is the moment where they take the picture. So here's our picture. And I just noticed this a few days ago. There's no one else on the boat with us, so maybe they were smart and jumped off. They're like, no. So I'm going to zoom in. There's Megan reacting to the fake mechanical T-Rex. And there's my face reacting to that 40-foot drop. You know what that guy's thinking? No, I don't want to do it. No. Oh, no. No, that was not a fun time either. But it's not the worst ride in Orlando. That title goes to the Tower of Terror. It's scary. You go up in this elevator. It takes you up. I looked it up just before I came up here. 131 feet up in the air, okay? They open the doors. You get to see the entire park. Really nice. And that's where it ends. That's where the niceness ends. Because then it drops you down a dark elevator shaft. 3 times. You go down, up, wait for it, wait, down. It's terrible. I hate it. Who would have fun on a ride like that? Megan and Charity did. Look at that. Even the kid in the background is like, yay, I could be injured for life. But everyone's super happy. Now, there's only one person in this whole, I'm going to show you the whole picture in a minute. There's only one person in this whole picture who is not happy. See if you can spot him. Let's zoom in on this dude. Okay. That's me praying to Jesus. It's like when you got on your first plane ride. Please don't let me. Please let the plane ride. I was like, oh, no, Lord. Just please have it have a mechanical function. Just freeze right here. Freeze. Nope. And funny enough, this was at this time, I said one of the 7 things you can't say in church. Yeah, as we were dropping, I said, I don't know what a C note is. Exactly what was going through my head. Real quick, want to give a quick thank you to everyone. I just had twins, so thank you everyone for your prayers, food, presents. Appreciate all that. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I do have a picture of the twins. It's my favorite one. It's so cute. It's so cute. And yeah, so there they are. Girls kissing them babies. Marina's going, oh, yeah, you're in that one. And so their names are Ella and Forrest. If anyone doesn't know, I wanted to name all my kids after towns in Mississippi. Obviously, Meridian. And Piper I wanted to call Brookhaven. May's like, nope, you only get one. You only get one. So this time around, I said, well, Forrest, right? Can I get him for Forrest? Mississippi, I want to name, and I like the name Forrest anyway. I was like, let's do Forrest. Okay, well, can you think of any other names? So, I said, okay, let me see. I went through the Bible and looked up some names. Didn't see anything I liked, but one, Balak. Pretty strong name, right? You know why? He's the only person in the Bible who whooped ass. Hold on, let me change something here. There, better. Okay, thank you.
Song Waffles, dedicated to Monkey. One time I woke up feeling so hungry, I had to eat breakfast and fill my tummy. Then I saw it on the table. My mom had made me waffles covered in maple syrup. Waffles, they make me glad. Whenever I see them, I just can't be sad. Waffles, I'm here for you. Covered in all that sweet sticky goo. I rushed to the table, they smelled so yummy. Couldn't sit down, had to listen to Mommy. Get a fork, she said, or you won't be fed. Wash your hands too, or you'll soon be dead. Waffles, I want you now, but I will survive, I just don't know how. Waffles, oh don't you go, I'll be right back and won't be slow. Then I took a bite, so sad, I was no longer glad. They were pancakeys. Waffles, where did you go? You actually made my cakes, but I didn't know. Waffles, I'm really sad. Your floppy old cakes and it makes me mad. So sad, then I hear a ding, a jingly ring. Mom may not have made me waffles, but Dad left them in the toaster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Waffles, they make me glad. Whenever I see them, I just can't be sad. Waffles, I'm here for you. You're covered in all that sweet sticky goo. Waffles, 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 waffles.
I feel like I got handcuffed now that Matt said you can't make fun of kids. No, but before I do this last bit, I want to thank all our performers. The song you just heard and the song "The Cross is Dead," those were original songs that they wrote themselves. And of course, we can't do this without Braden, who is the microphone, video, timing master. And I always come to him about 5 minutes before and say, here you go, work this miracle. And he does. So, I also have to thank Deacon James, who does video work for us, and he's got another one at the end tonight. I don't know how to do all that stuff, and he's might be getting pressed for time. So if there's an aspiring video editor out there, come see me sometime, and we'll do some stuff. But tonight we have a very special guest. We have a guest who was a regular on the Saturday Night Live Weekend Update in the late 70s. She briefly reappeared in 2015, and tonight will be appearing in public for the first time in 7 years. I'm excited about that. We will also have some very, very good news at the end. But before the final act, I want to remind you, I'm not that funny or creative. I'm just willing to adapt what other funny and creative people have done, and of course, I'll go there. Not every quote is a real quote. Some things are exaggerated, some things are absurd, and just like the State of the Union address tonight, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Coming to you live from our West Monroe studio, this is Redeemer Update with your host, Aaron Booth.
Recent studies show 23% more Northeast Louisiana residents now leave their Christmas trees up the full 12 days of Christmas. The cause? The annual grassroots social media efforts of Phil Walters. In a related story, Shrove Tuesday joke contributor Ty Seal has been found guilty of premature joke sharing. In preparation for the midwinter show, Seal sent this meme to the news team in late November. But he couldn't resist posting it to social media a full 2 months before the show. Thanks a lot, Ty. In preparation for a new roof, the steeple was recently removed. Church deacons hope to replace it with a more traditional steeple. However, concerns have arisen as the older oil derrick-style steeple protected the building both from lightning and wild elephants. Based on the low number of wild elephant sightings, it seemed to be doing a pretty good job. In Geneva Academy news, students from families that sent the most letters for the Big Serve enjoyed a free dress day. This is a day when students are not required to wear their regular uniform, but instead can attend school in other clothes of their own choosing, provided the clothes are clean and neat and modest and don't have rock bands or words on the shirts. And you have to tuck in your shirt, and you could get sent home if what you choose to wear is a little too free. So it's free dress day as long as you dress like a Target employee or Jake from State Farm. Also on the Geneva front, in an effort to promote school spirit, the Geneva marketing team is making yard signs for students. However, with the lack of sports teams, you won't see signs for cheerleaders or football players. Instead, the design team had to be more creative. With church officer elections just around the corner, the elders hope to streamline the process by installing voting machines. They've contracted with Dominion voting software to make things go more smoothly and prevent any funny business. What could go wrong? In 2019, Church of the Redeemer hosted a family dance billed as the first annual Swamp Stomp. We're still waiting for the second one. I had a feeling that first annual thing was a bad idea. I meant to make this joke several years before, which would have made this my third annual Swamp Stomp first annual joke. Chaos ensued a few weeks ago during communion distribution as the table was set with one less loaf of bread than expected. The deacons warned the elders of the change before the service. However, this did not reduce the excessive pointing and shoulder shrugging of confused elders. The situation was further exacerbated because Daniel Chin sat in the wrong spot. When asked for comment, Pastor Wilkins said, "Them boys try hard, but they cannot handle a curveball." Several months ago, a reminder was sent on Realm to keep children from playing on the stage after services. This was followed a few weeks later with a warning about candy wrappers and sucker sticks. Here with more commentary is Redeemer Update correspondent Rosanna Dana.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Thanks a lot. Mrs. Micah McCoy of Start, Louisiana writes in and says, "Dear Rosanna Dana, how do I get my kids to behave in church? How do I get them to be quiet? How do I get them to sit down? How do I get them to not run in the building? How do I get them to pick up their trash? How do I get them to stand at the right time in the service? How do I get them to sing the right song? What if they slide down the banister? What if they have to go to the bathroom? Can they draw during the sermon? Do they have to draw a Noah's Ark? Or can they draw whatever they want? Who provides the pencils? Does the church have a pencil, or do I need to bring my own? Should it be a regular pencil or a mechanical pencil? What about erasers?" Mrs. McCoy, you sure ask a lot of weird questions. But I know what you're going through because I, Rosanna Dana, have been in a lot of churches and I've seen a lot of crazy kids doing a lot of crazy things. I've seen them throw paper airplanes from the balcony. I've seen them get up in the middle of the service and run to the bathroom. And I even saw a blowout diaper so bad I thought I was gonna die. Sorry. And when they get older, it's a whole new set of problems. Like when they go out to play between Sunday school and church and get all hard and start to sweat like a pig. When they come back in the service and their hair's a mess and their clothes are wet. One time I saw this hot-shot kid come back into the service from playing in the playground, and there was this bead of sweat right at the end of his nose, and it just stayed there. It wouldn't fall off. Like when he knelt down to pray, it wouldn't fall off. When he stood up to sing, it wouldn't fall off. When he turned his head, it wouldn't fall off. When he said his amens, it wouldn't fall off. That little bead of sweat just wouldn't fall off. So I reached over to him and I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, "Hey, kid, flick that sweat off your nose. What are you trying to do, make me sick?"
Hey!
What? What's the problem?
Mrs. McCoy wrote in with reasonable questions, and you're over here ranting about sweat beads.
Well, Aaron, just goes to show you, it's always something. If it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not sucker sticks stuck to the floor, it's sweaty kids coming in from the playground. It's just like the song we used to sing before bed with my grandma, Nana Rosanna Dana. We'd get in our PJs, we'd be all cute and snug, and we'd sing, "We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. Please look down with favor upon the Rosanna Dana household. Make our hearts to be pure, white and milky, and please don't let us sweat like Samson Hilke."
Rosanna Dana, everybody. The news team has received several suggestions over the years to do a bit on the prayer styles used by the deacons for the prayer of thanksgiving. I've been reluctant to do this for fear of irreverence. However, It should be noted this entire show is happening during a pause between Mr. Hilliky's sentences. In a surprising development, we were all stunned to learn that Parker Hansen is 5 times larger than regular children. Dear Saints fans, it's over. You don't have a quarterback. Your extremely talented and able-bodied coach retired. Your running back got arrested for fighting after the Pro Bowl. Either get your old paper bags back out, or better yet, go back to loving the team you used to love before 2010. Over the last year, several Redeemer families have moved from Monroe to West Monroe. I've joked that families like the Walters and Gallettes traded the Spanish moss and live oak trees of Monroe for the hot pink leopard print of West Monroe. On hearing this joke, the Bailey family said, "Hold my beer." Also in moving news, sadly, a number of families have moved away from Louisiana entirely. However, this has created an opportunity for a whole new crowd to get tired of Dan Nash's hot verse of the day. Zach Parker recently made his preaching debut in which he explained why the purification period was twice as long for women when they gave birth to a girl as opposed to a boy. This dispelled the previously held notion that the purification period was twice as long for girls because of how long it takes for them to pick a paint color or a restaurant. Lastly, tonight we know there have been a lot of bad news out there. So in an effort to cheer you up, here's our news segment. We call it, I've Got Good News and Good News. These are stories that we wish were true.
Hey Shrovers, Monroe Mayor Friday Ellis here, and I have good news. I want you all to know that your skills in navigating our new roundabouts has not gone unnoticed. As a matter of fact, your ability to promote the flow of traffic in this crucial area of the city is simply outstanding. Other people, they stop at those yield signs, but not you. You, my friends, you get it. So just keep rounding those aboutness and I'll see you in the streets.
A messy home is a happy home.
Every Tuesday's Pancake Tuesday.
My sister's a dental hygienist, and she said that flossing doesn't even matter. Now I know it, and everyone else knows it.
So remember the other day when you were walking down the sidewalk and you tripped, you started jogging just to play it off? Well, guess what? Everybody bought it. They thought you were just jogging.
In a fun and radical my voice now sounds like this.
I reviewed your highlights from high school, your sports highlights. You were really good. You could have gone pro.
Boom, boom, boom.
Everyone gets a whole donut. In fact, take 2.
Want me to smile? I like smiling.
You know how you made plans to go out with your friend on Friday, but you really don't want to go. But you also can't cancel because you canceled the last 2 times? Well, guess what? Your friend just called and canceled. Congratulations and happy Friday to you.
I'm bringing you the hot verse of the day.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.